Welcome to video 3 of the Harnessing Learning Potential series. I'm Kathy Johnson of Pyramid of Potential, and today we're talking about mind health. Here we're talking about how different things like stress, depression, and anxiety can affect learning. And the way that we'll discuss it is through 2 examples. First example, we're going to talk about Jimmy. Jimmy is our AB student. Every day, Jimmy skips to school, plops himself down, gets his A's and B's. After school, he skips home, he plays, he does his homework, he plays more, goes to bed, and in the morning gets up and does the same thing over and over again. Until one day, when Jimmy walks into school and his head is bowed and he's sniffing, the teacher says, "Jimmy, what's wrong?" He says, "My dog died." Is Jimmy gonna get A's and B's today? You know he's not. His mind is filled with thoughts about his dog. So we're gonna give him a bye. We're gonna say, "It's okay. Jimmy, we know your potential. Don't worry about it. We know that soon, maybe after the family gets another pet or when baseball starts, Jimmy will be back to his A's and B's. So we're not worried about him, okay?" But now let's talk about Johnny. Every day Johnny walks into school, sits himself down. He's our LD student, okay? When he sits down, he looks to his left. There's Jimmy, and he can read and write and do math, but Johnny can't, and he knows it. He looks to his right, and there's Susie, and she can read and write and do math, and he can't, and he knows it. He's got learning disabilities. He's bright, but for some reason cannot learn. He calls himself a certain word. He knows he's what? Stupid. Throughout the entire country, this is what these students call themselves. Now, the reason why he calls them stupid is because he's so intelligent that he actually knows that he's stupid. All the empirical evidence shows he is. His friends could read and write and do math. He can't. He brings in his homework from home, and it's beautiful, it's complete, and it's correct. But he got help from his parents and his tutor. When he does his own seat work and hands it in, that's when it's all on him, and he knows that he can't do it. So he's got very, very low self-esteem. Now he's got to hide it all day from his friends. Because what could happen if his friends were to find out how stupid he is? They might not be his friends anymore. So he does have to hide it from them. But yet, there's somebody in that classroom that he cannot hide it from. The teacher. So he's under a lot of stress. And we see what that stress did to Jimmy for a short period of time, and we realize before we get to the rest of the pyramid of potential how important this is and how much it can impact Johnny's learning. So we've got to make sure that we reduce stress, and then we make that so that there is less stress put on him. What's the most stressful thing that people do in schools? Take tests. We can't get rid of the tests. But what we can do is get rid of the amount of stress placed on those tests so that we can help our students relax. And do you know something? If they're not so stressed out about those tests, if they don't have so much test anxiety, what do you think is going to happen to those test scores? They're going to go up. So we must work on the stress, depression, and anxiety portion of the pyramid of potential, so that our students and our children really can reach their potential. And until next time, this is Kathy Johnson.